This is Daddy Show. Step off.
It's time for the main event.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this is the one and only Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're doing great. How's your week been? We got lucky number 13 here, and only one of you has liked it. We've been on the air for like 9 seconds, and I only have one like. I'm going to go hang myself. I'm distraught. I'm beside myself with grief. See this? This is grief. What's a guy got to do to get a thumbs up around here? There we go. Thank you. I'm very needy. I'm a very needy host. I can't just show up and talk about stuff. I'm very needy. I show up with demands right away. It's like a hostage negotiation. I have demands. Give me likes. All right. Share the podcast. And I need a helicopter. And a bag of 20 million untraceable. So, or elsewise, this ball of water gets it, okay? Don't think I won't smash this ball of water upside somebody's head. That's not hardcore wrestling. It's softcore wrestling. That joke doesn't sound right, does it? What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. My name is Tom. You're watching the main event. Been going strong since 2014. Thanks for tuning in. If you know anything about me, you know that my production company is Boink Studios, B-O-I-N-K, Boink Studios. And we're going to get the ticker ticking at the bottom so you can see a little bit of more information about who we are and what we do. There are 2 other podcasts in the Boink Studios family of podcasts. The main event, of course, which you're listening to and watching now. What's up? We also have Tom Clark's 6M podcast. That's movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. And 2 Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. If you're a fan of Ted Lasso, I'm going to tell you something. This is the podcast for you. There's a lot of Ted Lasso review shows out there, but the only one with me on it, and also the only one with Joe Higgins and Jay Luft. And the 3 of us have a blast. Tomorrow we released episode 9 of season 1, which is effing nuts because there's only 10 episodes in season 1. Getting ready to wrap up season 1. We are recording season 2 as we speak. There's 3 seasons of Ted Lasso. We're going to do every episode. It's been a blast. We hope you're enjoying the show. And again, thanks for tuning in. Kids, please smash the like button while you're here. Give us a heart. Give us a thumbs up. Please and thank you. Takes no money out of your pocket and puts no money in mine. All right? But man, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And don't we all want that? Yes. Yes, we do. All right. We're a little bit early here today, but it's all good, man. Because, well, I need to go early because I got stuff to do. So we're going to be here till 4:15 Eastern, give or take. And then I'm out. I got to hit the road and I got people to pick up, place to go, things to do. But again, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Let's get to the audience here today. Let's see who's attendance. Before we get rolling, Sugar Shane, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. David Down Under, I'm doing good, brother. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Alicia, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Robbie, what's up? Ray All Day is here. What's going on? Renato, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Greg Lancaster says the Pro Wrestling Tales from the Territories. Oh, nice. Good stuff. David, right out the gate. Can't even tell me hello, David, can you? Come on, Dave. Do better. We'll get to it, I promise you. Eric Jackson, in the house. Good to see you, man. Rendell Hawkins, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. What's up, Jason Hiller? How are you, my friend? Thanks for hanging out, brother. Christopher Ray Patton. I know, early. I know, me, of all people. I always make plans. It's not that I don't make plans. It's just that sometimes my plans happen really quick. Bam, it's there. You know what I mean? So there you go. Rita Faye Marshall in Kentucky. What's up, Rita in Kentucky? I'm Tom in North Carolina. We're not that far away from each other. Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks. Have you ever watched the show? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, man, if I go live at different times, I might get different kind of people in here. That's pretty cool. I'm excited. Dude, I have met and spoke to through the job and through the podcast people from all over the world for years, and it's been one of the coolest things I've ever been able to experience. I've made friends in cities that I've never been to, and then went to those cities and met those guys and hung out, and it's just the coolest thing ever. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Thanks everybody. Do me a favor, kids, if you will, smash the like button, if you will, add a reaction, a cute emoji. You could do that, the smiley face hugging the heart. That's the coolest thing ever. I'm not real sure what it means. I guess it's just, hearts make me feel good or something. I don't know what it means. I like to call that the whole lot of love emoji. Where's my Zeppelin fans at? I'm saying, hit those buttons for me. See this? I got to shave. Ooh, it's bad, you know. Ugh. You guys out there that grow the hey out to here, I don't know how you do it, man. I go nuts. I can't stand it. When it gets too full, you know you're in trouble when hair gets up in your food. Forget it. I'm out. I can't handle it. I've been actually setting on my calendar haircut and beard trim appointment. I'm not kidding. Like every 4 to 5 weeks, I'm gone. I'm not playing. I'm a grown freaking man, okay? And I'm setting on my calendar. It is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Chris, yeah, dude, I don't know how you guys do it, man. Good on you. I don't, first of all, I don't know if I could grow a cool beard. I think it would stop. Like, I had enough hair at one point to have a ponytail. It was like this long. It looked like a samurai or something. That's it's as long as it would get. My hair tended to grow out, not long. And my beard tends to grow out, not down. You guys have DNA that can allow that to happen. That's awesome. I've always wanted long hair. I always thought it would be very cool. Roddy Strong. I love me some Roddy Strong. Are you kidding me? That dude is flat out killing it, man. I got a little, there we go. Sometimes it's because I don't have a green screen behind me. I got a green screen at the house. I just need to bring it to the office and hang it up, and then the little glitches and hey happening here. See? All that'll go away. Nothing but the best for this production, kids. Am I right? All right? All right, kids. We got a lot to talk about. For the folks that watch the show 45 minutes from now, man, are they going to be unhappy? Huh? Hey, there's the replay. Never you fear. There's always the replay. I may as well kick the show off with it, as if we haven't talked about this guy enough in the past 10 years. CM Punk. Again. So the word on the street, the scuttlebutt, is that CM Punk is in talks with WWE. Now, before you go asking, Tom, are you sure? No, I'm not sure. But the word is that they're talking. They've traded digits. They're texting. That's right, kids. The company that fired CM Punk via FedEx on his wedding day would like to have him back. Look, here's what I'll tell you. I don't change my story to fit the company. We'll get there. Feel me? It's coming. I don't change my story to fit the narrative of the company that I like or don't follow, or do like or don't follow, or do follow, whatever. If this is what Punk wants to do, if they want him back, if Punk gets all the money in the world that he can get to go there, if they're happy and he's happy, go with God. You won't see me wishing him ill. You won't hear or see me saying things like, he betrayed AEW. He betrayed All Elite Wrestling. Who does he think he is? The stuff that I saw and heard over the past week is absolutely mind-numbing. A lot of people really need to get a life. You hear me? A lot of people really need to get a life. Pro wrestling's fun. It's exciting. It's intense. A lot of passion around it, yeah? Guess what it's not? Life. It's not life. None of this is real. At the end of the day, it's an entertainment industry. Okay? None of this is real. It's real in as much as there's real people involved. Don't misunderstand me. But this idea that pro wrestlers, what's up, Marie? Good to see you. Everybody, be sure, I got to give you a shout out. Go follow Peaches and Power Bombs. And anybody I've not said hello to, hold on. Just hold on. I'm ranting. These people, number one, probably, likely for the most part, don't know who you are. You know who you are to them? A fan. Or a mark. You know how all of you, look, I'm going to be straight. I love you guys. But if any of you have ever been guilty of calling someone a mark, shame on you. Okay? Shame on you. Mark is a derogatory word at this point, meant to insult people. It's meant to set the person up who's using it to sound really smart, and to set the person up who's taking the word to be an idiot. A mark is a fan. If you're on this side of the curtain, meaning where we all are, you are a mark. Sorry to break it to you, but you are. If you work in the company behind the curtain, if you are in the business behind the curtain, you are a part of the business. You are not a fan / mark. Do you see what I'm saying? Period. When people in the business use the word mark, it's different. We use it to insult each other because we're dumb. There's so many dumb people in pro wrestling fandom. I'm getting a little tired of not calling people out. There's a lot of dumb people in pro wrestling fandom. That's the truth. It's the truth. Dumb. Dumb. With bad takes, weird opinions, goofball ideas, and dumb things to say. Dumb. I'm sorry. It's the truth. I've never called anybody out here by name, and I won't start today, but baby, I could. But I'm not gonna. Want to know why? Because none of this is real. You understand? It's nothing that, look at this, steady as a rock. It's nothing to get bent out of shape about. CM Punk screwed up twice. CM Punk got shown the door. Does that mean CM Punk is a piece of crap? No. Does it mean CM Punk is worthless? No. Does it mean CM Punk can't draw money? No. It means that CM Punk screwed up twice. Were there circumstances? Sure. At the end of the day, however, regardless of what you think or feel, CM Punk screwed up twice and was shown the door. Period. Is he supposed to just wither up and die? No. He wants to go back to the company that fired him via FedEx on his wedding day. Wasn't my wedding day. Wasn't me and my wife. It's him and his family. Okay? If he's okay with that, and it's water under the bridge, and it's a different time, and it's whatever, it's not my life, baby, at all. I don't have a say-so on what the guy does. Let him be happy. Let him be happy. And you know what matters at the end of the day? The only thing that matters is he happy, healthy, safe, and did he get every penny he could? Are they going to do right by him this time? We'll see. I don't know. I hope so. I wish him the best. I have nothing negative to say about CM Punk. Nothing. I should have just made this a rant cast. And anybody out there, by the way, I saw this in a comment on one of these posts, and I didn't respond because I don't do that. If I got something to say, I'll say it. Okay? This idea that, well, listen, WWE's the top stage is the big stage, and everybody knows it. I don't recall anyone saying AEW is the big stage, that AEW is the top dog. AEW is the best in the bit. If you are saying it, you're dumb. You're with that legion of people who call themselves fans who are dumb. Don't be dumb. WWE's the top dog until they decide to no longer be the top dog or they crash and burn, which I don't hope for. Okay? They're the top dog. I can't believe we still have to say that to make people feel better about themselves as fans. Just because there's a second company doing well doesn't mean that you and what you love is affected. If you don't like that second company, don't effing watch it. I'll never understand people being the way they are with silly goofball pro wrestling. Relax. Real life, this is not real life. Stop. Let Punk go where he wants to go. God, I'm fired up. I'm not even sure where this came from. He says, why folks can't be happy for wrestlers making money and going where everything benefits them is so silly. If you don't want to watch them there, fine, but don't call them traitors. Adam Copeland, in case you don't know, got called a traitor. You think you know him. We all know by now that Beth, his wife, that's real life. Yeah? Did the soundbite for You Think You Know Him. And supposedly they recorded it themselves. Because wherever Adam Copeland goes, the song goes with him. Because he and the guys in Alter Bridge, they're boys. The song is his to take as he pleases. The song goes where he goes. Good on him. But Beth recorded the soundbite, and Edge and Beth together supposedly attached the clip to the song. You know how many people criticize that? I want you to think about this. People criticize them doing this. I can't. It is beyond. Here's what I'll say. Get a life. If you're complaining, I love my audience. Don't misunderstand me. But if anybody watching, and maybe you don't watch all that much, you just click through your Facebook feed and said, who's this dashingly handsome dude on a Friday talking to me with the kick, the freaking awesome rings and jewelry? Who is this guy? And you never watch and you complain about weird pro wrestling stuff? Get a life. Get a life, okay? Get a life. It'll be fine. The sun will still come up tomorrow, and if it doesn't, there'll be none of us left here to know the difference anyway. You understand? Relax. My God in heaven. Calm down. Cody went to WWE. He went back. What happened? Nothing. Jade went to WWE. What happened? Nothing. Adam Copeland came to AEW. You know what happened? Nothing. Calm down. People are dumb. Dumb. Okay? Stephen Coughlin. I don't know if I've ever seen you watch the show. Will Ospreay. Are there rumors of Ospreay going to WWE? If there are, it's recent because I haven't heard anything. I don't know if that's true. Is there something that's broke that I'm not aware of? Maybe so. I can tell you that from past interviews, what I've seen heard from Ospreay is that he's never been interested in WWE, much like Jay White wasn't. Despite the stories that you heard about Jay White going to WWE and how close they were to a deal and everything, he was on the record before as saying he never really cared about going to WWE. He was up for a challenge, but like in terms of these people who are like, ever since I was 5, I wanted to be a WWE superstar. That was never Jay White or Will Ospreay. Look, I'm just, and remember, this is all from interviews that I have in my head that I've seen for a long time. So, as best as I can recall, those were the comments made. Does that mean he wouldn't go? No, of course not. Why not? If he wanted to go, let him go. Ray says Edge is happy. Adam Copeland is happy. Let it go. If Punk is happy, let it go. I agree. And of course, he shouts out Adam Cole. Why wouldn't he? Alicia says the writing was on the wall with that one. He wanted to go where he was actually going to be used. Yes, the story on Adam Copeland is that basically they didn't have really anything left for him to do. He had done everything there, and at some point they go, I don't really know. It's the typical old story in that company of we don't really have anything else for you. Adam Copeland. Again, kids, people losing their minds. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. I don't want to rant all day. I hate being that guy that just rants all day. But sometimes I have to get it out of my system. You hear me? Sometimes I don't have a choice, man. It just is what it is. But again, if the guy's happy, and it seems like he is, did you see that press conference after the fact? Dude was jumping. He was like, he couldn't sit still. Good on him, man. That was a great debut. It did everything it was supposed to do. It brought the crowd to life. It was impactful. What's up, Josh? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you, sir. To you as well. Hey, what is up? Tom Clark here for Tom Clark's 6M Podcast, where we focus on movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. It's a complete geek culture / pop culture podcast. Brand new episodes drop every Tuesday. The show is available for subscription right now today on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Stitcher, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Just subscribe and you'll be all set. Tom Clark's 6M Podcast. So yeah, I you know, it was impactful. People were excited. You know, the buys were there. The buys were there anyway, right? But like this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Talent going back and forth because it's something different. Don't you want different? Don't you want new? I enjoy new. What about you? I enjoy different. What about you? I know I do. I love different. I love new. I'm just saying. Shane says the only problem I have with CM Punk is that WWE would be better suited creating new talent. But that's been the case from day one. This isn't directed at you, Shane. But if anyone lives or dies by WWE never does right by their talent, and I've done it for years, like developing new talent, you're right. However, it's what they've done. They've done it for years. The best crop, if I say the best, that leaves out the British Bulldogs and leaves out, you know, the Hart Foundation as a team, and it leaves out Jimmy Hart and a lot of other guys and, you know, Hogan for better or worse. But like the best crop, in my opinion, of talent that they had at one time was the Attitude Era. Okay. Entertainers / performers / mechanics / technicians / showmen was the Attitude Era as a whole. Okay. But they draw from that well for years. Punk's part of, he's not, you know, you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like they draw from what has worked before and they just keep on and keep on and keep on. To the point, Brock Lesnar continues to blow the roof off the place. Brock's been there how many years? 23 years now? 21 years, I think. 2002, 2004. Brock Lesnar. We've seen everything Brock can do. We've seen Brock as a heel that doesn't speak. We've seen Brock as a face that speaks a lot. We've seen him with a beard, no beard, you know, as a cowboy, as a country boy, as a straight up killer, as a savage, as a all shucks Paul kind of guy. We've seen everything. He continues to blow the roof out. Why? He's a draw. People love him. People do get upset they bring him back, but you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, how many people rally against Brock Lesnar and talking about, well, he shouldn't, blah, blah, blah. He's a draw. If Punk goes back, he'll be a draw. I don't know to what extent. I don't know who they'll work him with. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't want to spend any more time on this than we have to. I've spent 20 minutes on it already. It just infuriates me. The whole thing just makes me nuts, as you can tell. I can't freaking stand it. Rendell says, if you missed an episode of Raw back then, you really missed out. You're right. If you missed an episode of Raw now, it's whatever. Chris Patton says, honestly, anything is better than Edge's last WWE run. I agree. I agree. And I didn't watch all of that run, but I heard enough and saw enough to see this is what he's doing. And isn't it funny how his first promo out the gate with Christian was that he was saying to be careful because the guys you put, Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne, that the guys you put with you, they'll suck you dry and then leave you behind. Trust me, I know. He's talking about Judgment Day. So he referenced his previous faction in the other company. And it was a turn of the tables because AEW fans know Christian to be a bloodsucker, a leech, you know, takes what he wants and throws the person away. He used Luchasaurus. He's going to use Nick Wayne. But Copeland came in with a different twist on it. I kind of like that. Cena versus Roman with the next Blood Money. Sure. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Keith says if CM Punk is true and is willing to leave his attitude in the past behind and would be willing to elevate someone, he'll be a draw. So let's hope. I will not sit here and say that he had an opportunity to do that in AEW and blew it, because I don't know what happened. I could say that, but I would probably be wrong, or I could be right, and I don't know which one of the two it would be. So I'm not going to say that. I'm with you. Let's see if it happens in the other company. Let's see if it happens in the other company. How many of you watched WrestleDream? Brother, if you didn't watch this show, oh my goodness, did you miss? You missed a great pay-per-view. I thoroughly, in my opinion, I thoroughly enjoyed this show. Let's run it down. Athena, Billy Starks, Keith Lee, and Satoshi Kojima defeated Shane Taylor Promotions of Lee Moriarty and Shane Taylor, Diamante, and Mercedes Martinez by pinfall. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Josh Barnett. Bloodsport type of match. It felt weird. It was weird. It came off weird, but it was great. It wasn't weird to the point of not working. That crowd knows who Josh Barnett is. You put Josh Barnett in WWE, and they're going to go, "Who's this? Give me another beer." Oh, don't get salty. I'm just saying, like, but that's a different crowd. They know who Josh Barnett is. They recognize. Josh Barnett's legit, man. Have you ever checked out Bloodsport? Bloodsport's fun, dude. You can get it on Fight TV. It's good. CRP says the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I like that. That's gonna be Punk's mindset. And he will probably be part of a massive Mania card this year. That's my bold prediction. That being said, as we have talked about previously, I don't like Punk as a performer, regardless of all the other extracurriculars. He's an acquired taste. Listen, if you're just talking about his ring work, that was being said when they brought him in. So I can understand. I can't say I agree with you, but I understand where you're coming from, because that was being said when he was young and hot and on the way up, climbing the ladder. There were people then saying, "This guy?" And it wasn't all to do with the aesthetic of his look either. It was his stuff in the ring. So I can understand where you're coming from. We may see Josh again in AEW. We'll see. But again, I'm telling you, check out the pay-per-views on Fight TV. You can get a Bloodsport pay-per-view for hardly nothing. It's worth checking out. We also got Luchasaurus defeated Nick Wayne by pinfall. That'll come back later. Boy, howdy does it. Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed defeated TMDK, Bad Dude Tito, Mikey Nichols, and Shane Haste to retain the AEW World Trios Championship. If you don't like Bad Dude Tito, you and I have nothing to say to each other. Big teats. I love Bad Dude Tito. Are you kidding me? Love that guy. Love him. And TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel, by the way. That's what that is. They make their home most of the time in Japan, but they travel the world. MJF defeated the Righteous, Dutch and Vincent, to retain the ROH World Tag Team Championships. I heard some people complain about this match, talking about it didn't really cap off what the storyline was leading it to, and the Righteous didn't really look good during this. I can see your point, but I don't know if I necessarily agree. I enjoyed the match, though. It was entertaining. Eddie Kingston defeated Katsuyori Shibata to retain the ROH World Championship and strong openweight titles. Fun match. He and Shibata, beat the living dog out of each other, and I was here for it. Those guys are great. Chris Statlander defeated Julia Hart to retain the AWTBS Championship in maybe Julia Hart's best match so far in that company, perhaps. It was very good. Anybody bagging on Julia Hart, get up off it and leave her alone, let her breathe, because she's doing very well. I very much appreciate what she's done. I enjoy her work. I think she's awesome. And she's 21. If you're not rooting for the 21-year-old professional wrestler on live television, there is something wrong with you. Go to the doctor. Get a pill. Just saying. The Young Bucks, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, defeated the Lucha Bros, the Guns, and Orange Cassidy and Hook to retain, actually, for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Should the Bucks have won this match? Because I kind of thought Cassidy and Hook would have won this match. Just saying. Rendell says, "It's me or Billy Gunn doesn't age." He doesn't age. Billy Gunn does not age. He found the fountain of youth, and the dude's not going to share the secret with us. Yeah. Dude does not age, for sure. Yep. Chris says, I would have done the finish differently. I like the match fine, but I could see that argument being made if they were trying to build the Righteous. I agree. What's up, Dane? Dane says, waste of money for the Righteous segments building up to it. I can see where people would feel that way. I mean, I do think maybe it should have been less of the funny haha with MJF. You know, I'm going to take your head and shove it up his, you know. I mean, maybe you don't do that so much. I mean, maybe Vincent should have been a killer more than he was a clown, the clown that kind of MJF made him out to be. Maybe MJF should have maybe got out by the skin of his teeth. Just barely made it out alive. Been selling the neck or something as he's limping up the ramp. I don't know. I kind of get the point. Russell says AEW has two. Really? You feel that way? To each his own. I disagree. I think honestly, I think they need women's tag team championships. If they could fully commit to that division and not give them just, 2 matches on a pay-per-view with 12 matches and the other 10 are all men, for God's sake, what are we doing? You know what I mean? All those women on the roster and they get 1 to 2 matches. That's freaking sad, dude. Freaking sad. But if they could commit to it and get off their keisters, as it were, and make something happen, then I would be down for AEW women's tag team championships. Alicia, I can't say that I didn't think that as well, but you have to remember accidents happen. It was a freak accident. Same thing happened to Punk. Remember that night he springboarded over the top rope and landed in the ring and screwed up his ankle, and that put him out for a long time, didn't it? I can't say that I didn't think that, but you got to remember, everybody's getting older. You know what I mean? And anything can happen. There were guys, I don't know if you watch New Japan, but he's okay now, but Kanemaru, who was with Just 5 Guys, has now joined House of Torture. But there was supposed to be this 5-on-5 tag match. He slid into the ring and completely blew out his ankle. I thought he had torn tendons. Evidently he's fine. But you look at it on camera like, oh my God, he's seriously hurt. Now, I don't know if that was a work because he turned heel the next show. Maybe it was. But at the time, it looked legit. And it was off nothing. No one had laid a hand on him. So these things happened. Excuse me. So yeah, Swerve Strickland defeated Hangman Adam Page. Very fun match. They got 20 minutes. It was a very fun match. I really enjoyed this. The right guy won 100%. If they work again, Strickland needs to win again. In my opinion, you strap a rocket on this guy's back, you shoot him up to that championship. And it's not about the aesthetics of it or anything like that. It's about, Strickland is a world title contender. We knew it from the day he got there. And if you didn't know it, I'm telling you now. He's a world title contender. He can carry that championship and he can make it just as legitimate as MJF ever did, as Kenny Omega ever did. I'm telling you. I mean, the fact that he's entertaining, he's a great worker, he's got connections outside the business and the music industry like Jericho does. Dude, put the title on Strickland. I'm absolutely here for it. All day, every day. Ricky Starks defeated Wheeler Yuta. I've heard complaints about this match. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. You can't tell me both those guys didn't know the world was watching because they absolutely went off on each other. I loved it. Man. I was thoroughly happy with this. Starks, the right guy won. I hate Wheeler keeps, dropping pins and stuff, but listen, the commentary from Mox during the show made up for it. All right. The Don Callis family, or as he would say, the Don Callis family of Konosuke Takeshita, Will Ospreay, and Sammy Guevara with Don Callis defeated Chris Jericho and the Golden Elite of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi by pinfall. Or Kota Ibushi, excuse me. They've got their number, and they will for a long time because they're building this Callis family up, which means they don't get to lose any matches for a while. And I'm okay with that. The only way you legitimize a threat, whether it's heel or babyface, is you book them to win and you don't have them lose. And if you have them lose, you have them lose in such a way that it protects them. I'm not saying a 168 win streak, nothing crazy. I'm not saying they don't drop the title for 3.5 years. I'm just saying that, there's a way to do it where, again, you're protecting the talent. You're making them look strong, of course, but you're also, when they're in a match that they have a lot to live up to, and it builds and builds and builds time after time after time. You know what I mean? So that's how you build a guy. And I think they're doing great with this faction. They need to make them legitimate threats and make them dominant. Otherwise, what's the point of doing this? If they lose every other match, what's the point? No one ever take this Cal's thing seriously, but they are. Takeshi's on a roll. The whole faction's on a roll. So there you go. FTR are still your AEW World Tag Team Champions. They defeated Aussie Open. Really good match. The more people need to know about Aussie Open. They are AEW full-time now, so that's good for them. I love it because the whole world should know about them. Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher are freaking great. It was weird to see Fletcher in that tag match with Kyle's family last night. It is what it is. It's whatever. But he's great. That tag team, the unit from the United Empire, is top notch. Top notch. Top notch. And then, of course, we had your main event. Christian Cage defeated Darby Allin, 2 out of 3 falls match, tore the ring up, destroyed Darby Allin. He killed him. Darby Allin's dead. Did you guys not hear? He killed him, murdered him. It's nuts. The stuff that just Darby's like, hey, would you throw me down there? I heard Mick Foley in an interview recently where he was like, it took me a long time to, like, when I would go somewhere out in the world, it took me a long time to not look over the edge of something and say, hey, and try to find in his mind where he could land, places to land, because he'd been doing it for so many years. That's Darby, man. Darby's out of his mind. Here's hoping he's okay. And then, of course, we know about Adam Copeland's debut in AEW. Chris says Williams' promo on the Go Home is the best I've heard him on the mic. Agreed. I like Moxley's commentary of him being a future prospect made the loss mean. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, because Mox said, I'm not really so much interested or worried about, him, if he wins or not today. It's 5 years from now. That's, you know what I mean? He's right. To be honest, he's right. Thoughts on the Miro CJ angle? It's weird, Steven. It's weird. I don't know where they're going with it. I really don't know where they're going with it. I wish I had an answer for it, but I really don't know where they're going with it. Oh, Marie, I did forget, didn't I? Shame on me. I did forget. I went right by that, didn't I? Yeah. Listen, when it comes to matches, brother, let me tell you something. This Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. match, best match of the night, in my opinion. And look, if you watch New Japan, if you watch wrestling outside of the TV companies, of course, WWE, AEW, TNA, or Impact Wrestling, right? If you watch wrestling outside of the TV companies, then you know that this is what happens quite a bit in the business. You know what I mean? Danielson made out like, to be able to wrestle this kind of match, and he was broken up about it. You see him get emotional. I love that about that guy. But he said to do this kind of match in front of this crowd meant a lot. Like, to do it in the States, basically, I think is what he meant. But like, that kind of this is not to dismiss Danielson at all. And this is not to suggest that this match wasn't great, because it was. This was a day at the office for Zack Sabre Jr. If you guys have never seen Zack work, this is how Zack works. Now, did he step it up? Well, of course he did. Did he bring the intensity? Yes, of course he did. Is this the way Zack Sabre Jr. works? Yes, it is. This is the way the guy's always worked. He's phenomenal. He is. He always brings it, man. The guy he's a technician of the highest order. The highest order. Ray says Swerve should get a belt. He's fine. Daniel, and the winner gets a TNT title shot. Danielson? Yeah. He should get a belt, but I want him to have the world title. I don't want him to have the TNT title. I want him to have the world title. It's okay if he gets the other one. It's fine, but like, yeah, I'd be okay with it. I mean, again, I'd much rather see him with the world championship, but that's me talking. What else we got to talk about today? How many folks still believe that Adam Cole could be behind this whole thing? So the Bullet Club Gold came out and got some a measure of retribution on MJF. Got him back for the attack that they believe he was behind on Jay White. I mean, I think that in my heart of hearts, I believe Cole's behind this whole angle, and that he it was meant to soften him up. It was a bait and switch to make people believe that he was behind it when the truth is that he wasn't behind it. Here's what I'm telling you. I hope we don't know the answer for a long time. It's okay if I'm wrong. I don't care. I hope I don't figure it out. I don't want to figure it out. And if any of you figure it out, don't tell it to anybody. You know what I mean? Because, like, let's just have fun with this, man. Let's enjoy it and see where it lands, because I want it to land somewhere awesome. I don't want to see it where it's just so highly predictable it's not even funny. I just don't want that, dude. I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I don't personally want that. I mean, whatever happened to, let's just wait and see. Let's wait and see how it comes out. You know what I mean? Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast, tackles one of the most popular and critically acclaimed series of our time, bringing together three hosts from two different parts of the world. Two Nations reviews all 3 seasons of Ted Lasso, 34 episodes total, with wrap-up episodes coming at the end of each season. Follow the show on social media at Two Nations Pod, and be sure to subscribe and download on all the major platforms. Just look us up, Two Nations Podcast. Yeah, I didn't want to talk. We covered a lot on that last week, but we'll see what goes down. I wanted to very quickly go over the results of NXT No Mercy. Blair Davenport defeated Kalani Jordan by pinfall. Baron Corbin defeated Braun Breaker. Trick Williams defeated Dominic Mysterio to become the NXT North American Champion, but if you fell asleep on it, maybe you don't know that he's now lost the belt back to Dominic, right? Yes. The Family defeated the Creed brothers, Angel Garza and Alberto Carrillo, and OTM NXT Tag Team Championship match. Noam Dar and, let's see, with Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend, Ora Mensa defeated Butch with Tyler Bate. British Rounds Rules match for the NXT Heritage Cup. Ilya Dragunov defeated Carmelo Hayes to become your new NXT champion, and Becky Lynch defeated Tiffany Stratton in Extreme Rules match to retain the NXT Women's Championship. And there's your No Mercy card. Don't you like how we just blew through that and got it out the way? Hey, if for no other reason is that I didn't want to watch the show. I'm just being straight with you. I'm not going to lie to you. Keith says, read an interesting rumor that the person behind the mask could be Jungle Boy, and it could be a different arc for his character and a way to have him return. I can't say I hate that. I'm not sure what his motivation would be. Sugar Shane says, did y'all hear about Hogan saying his son Nick was in talks with WWE fighting Shane McMahon at Mania? Oh, God. And WWE says Hogan is delusional and said it never happened. I don't know how often I would ever agree with WWE, but I think I'd agree with WWE on this one. Yeah, I've got Peacock, Chris. I could give it a shot. I like Ilya Dragunov. There's just some talents there I really enjoy. But, when they made it the Dayglow colors and the spandex and the bright neon and stuff, I'm like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? That's what turned me off. NXT was my favorite pro wrestling show on TV till Dynamite started. Everything changed after that, baby. But I'll take your word for it. I'm sure that there's some great wrestling happening there. What's up, Wilf? How you doing, my friend? For anybody, if you may be tuning in right now, we went live at 3:15. So in 13 minutes, we're taking this home. I got places to go. Mess around with me, I'll do some Martin Short up in here. Jiminy Glick, right? Let's talk about it. I can't really do it. If on my best day, I can sound a little bit like him, but this may not be my best day. All right, kids, let's open the floor up. Any comments, questions, thoughts? Let's see, questions, comments, words of wisdom. Any kind of thoughts you have, throw them to me. As always, I am here for you. So Alicia says, does Beth follow Adam? There are a lot of Adams here in this company now. You know what I mean? Adam Copeland, Adam Page, Adam Cole. Supposedly she's still under contract Don't know how much time she has left. Anything could happen. I don't think they're just going to let her go. I don't know that she would want to do anything like that anyway. Now, if her contract's up in a year or so, we'll see. I think anything's possible. Or if it's better for her to stay where she is. Who do I think the next big star to jump ship? They're all saying, Ray, I'll get to you. They're all saying Wardlow, but they brought Wardlow back, and I'm not sure if I know how to feel. His hair's grown, and he's in shape, but like I don't know how I'm feeling. I like him a lot too. I would have said Powerhouse Hobbs. Maybe to WWE. From WWE over, I'm not sure because their contracts are so much different. Well, maybe not so much different, but different enough, I guess. The no compete clauses are always had to be a thing. I'd be guessing if I threw anything out there to you, man. Sean, I'd be guessing, right? I could if you want, but it would honestly be uneducated guessing here because I don't know what contract statuses are at this point. I of the released talent, I do think that we'll see the former Dolph Ziggler in AEW. All right, Ray. KRS-One or Heavy D? I'll go Heavy D on that one. A Part 2 Digital Underground or De La Soul? Ooh. I'll say for longevity's sake, De La Soul. That's tough. If Adam Cole invited you and your family to a Halloween party with unlimited pumpkin coffee and popcorn, plus a free pair of Kobe Bryant sneakers, and he had an extra pair and an extra invite, could I come? Yes. Later on, I want to get veggie chili and a slice of delicious cheesecake. Could I have as well? Does the cheesecake cancel out the veggie chili, perhaps? Yes, Ray, all day. Of course. Steven says, what's your thoughts on Balor cashing in the original Money in the Bank briefcase before Priest cashes in his custom case? Here's what I'll tell you about factions, Steven. All factions fall eventually. I'm not predicting anything, but this faction will not last forever. Eventually, Priest may come out of this thing as one of the biggest baby faces that you've ever laid eyes on. Priest could beat Roman. Uh-oh. Relax. I just threw it out there. It comes from no place of education. It was just a rant, just a fleeting thought. But I'm saying he could come out of this thing one of the biggest baby faces of all time. We don't know. But nothing will last forever. Would it surprise me, Steven? Absolutely not. Sarah, what's up? Great to see you. Thoughts on the Powerhouse Hobbs joining the Don Callis family? Or should I say, the Don Callis family? Dawn. I hate it. Not because it's Callis. I don't care about all that. But I hate it because they had Hobbs standing on his own for like 15 minutes and now he's back with somebody else again. They had him with Taz, had him with the Nightmare Factory, and now they got him. But you know, if they're, how do I say this diplomatically? If they're not going to give him anything great to do in terms of a direction, right? A direction, a clear path to a championship or a clear path to a main event match somewhere down the road. If they don't have a clear direction for him, I guess this will be in the meantime. And Callis is a smart guy. Maybe there's something behind the scenes that's going on we don't know about. Maybe he can come out of this a big star. I'm all about anytime people jump from one faction to another, I'm always asking, okay, but what's the end game here? What's the goal? If the goal is to get him over bigger than he is now, then let's see that happen, right? Well, it says, dumb question, when do you think Roman will lose? Mania next year to Cody. I know. Mania twice, once to Cody and once to The Rock, back-to-back nights. So you think he'll lose to Cody on the first night or lose to Rock on the first night? Oh, I get it. Lose to Rock on the second night so the title's not involved. Well, by that time, they've sold their tickets. But like, would you want to take the possibility of the title on the table off the table? You see what I mean? How would you book that where people would say, oh, what if Rock wins that title again? I think it's Cody's belt. What's up, Tim? If everybody's tuning in right now, expected me to have gone live 8 minutes ago. I did not. I went live at 3:15 my time Eastern. In 7 minutes, we're taking this home because I got to go. He says, Ricky Starks is likely going to WWE. Likely? You think so? We'll see. We'll see. Robbie says, who? Oh, Robbie, I'm really bad at this, brother. I love that you play along, but man, I wish I was better at this. I really don't know any of these people. And as you see, I don't cheat and Google. I'm not going to Google. Michael Seltz, I don't know. James William, I don't know. Robert William Howard, I have no idea. I'm sorry I'm so bad at this, man. I'm really bad at this. Sugar Sane says, what 4 wrestlers from the past and present would you select to go head-to-head in War Games? Is it War Games 5 people, traditionally? That's a great question. Oh, my God. Really great. Really great. Are you kidding? Really great question. Oh. First of all, can we be honest and say that the Horseman versus Dusty and his boys were the best version of War Games that we ever saw in our lives ever? Thank you for agreeing. Moving on. They are. It's all subjective, yeah. But they are. I'm just telling you. It's awesome. Oh, man. Well, on one side of the aisle, I would have Dusty. Is it 5 guys or 4? Isn't it 5 guys? Just 5 guys. Mm-hmm. 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 All right, if it's 4, I'll have the Road Warriors, the Legion of Doom, with Magnum TA. How about this? Magnum TA, Dusty Rhodes, and the Legion of Doom. It's 5. I'm telling you it's 5 because they would throw the managers in too. So I'd have Dusty and Magnum and the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, and Sting. That's my 5. Sting in his prime. Well, Sting in the eras are all wrong. Yeah. Well, Sting in the multicolored then that'd be about right. If Magnum didn't have his accident, yeah. So I'd have the man. This is really yeah. You know what I mean. That's the 5. As far as the heels go. Ooh. God, that's tough. That's tough. I'm watching the clock and I'm thinking where I gotta be. So like it's hard for me to focus. Gosh, I don't know, dude. The 5th one or the on the heels side. Crap. I don't know. Part of me would say Blackpool Combat Club. Boy, that would be fun, yeah. I think that might be my answer. Yeah. Danielson, Mox, Casanoli, Yuta, that's 4. And for the 5th, oh gosh, for the 5th, I was going to say Sabre. I don't know if I was throw Sabre in there. I don't know. Or you could just put LIJ against them. That'd be interesting too. That's tough. Most underrated and overrated. I don't know if I want to say overrated. Overrated is me giving you opinions that don't mean anything to anybody. You know what I mean? Because my version of good and your version of good may be two completely different things. Underrated. Ali was very underrated in my opinion. I hate they let him go, but I hope he gets a new opportunity now. Very underrated in my opinion. That's my first answer. I would have said Strickland at one time, but I think people understand how good the guy is. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. Of course, Ray. Yeah, Ray was on a recent episode of the 6M. He was on the Luke Cage episode, by the way, kids. If you've not checked it out, you should check it out. Very fun show. Sarah says, silver lining is he's working with Jericho and Omega. I was elated in that sense. And you're talking about, who are we talking about? We're talking about Hobbs. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, Chris says Rock helps Cody the first night against the Bloodline. Ooh. Would you help Cody win the title? Because I wouldn't. All right, so here's the question there, Chris. Who do you want to bring down the Bloodline? Because if it's The Rock, you have The Rock help Cody win the title. And then the next night when he pins Roman clean, which I don't think should happen. See what I mean? Or do you have him come out, but it's Cody's finisher that nails Roman and gets the pin? See, that's tricky in my opinion, because when Roman loses, I think it should be clean. No trickery, no distraction, nothing that the family could come back later and say, well, if he hadn't been distracted, hey. I think it needs to be a clean pin, clean win for Cody, in my opinion. But they could do something with it. All right, this is the last question, kids, and I'm getting out of here. Marie says, off topic, my view on wrestling is starting to change. We don't know how long we have. Let's enjoy it and not squabble. My dad's doctor says he could be in a wheelchair in 5 years. I'm taking him to the Rumble so he can enjoy it while he can. Good for you. And did you not always think that we shouldn't be arguing? Are you submitting that before your epiphany you said, let's tear him up? I don't think you were. Chris says it's tricky, no more wrestling, but everything going to reset after Mania anyway, so who knows? That's a good point. Remember when WrestleMania, Chris, was meant to pay off year-long feuds and and give guys a nice payday and get everybody on the card and let the stars shine, and then that Raw after was brand new? When's the last time that really happened across the board? Like, we have WrestleMania fallout matches after WrestleMania. I'm like, shouldn't that have been the payoff from the feud? What are we doing? Sometimes you join the squabble. Today and yesterday. Okay, for the past week. I've had a post typed and was going to hit send and I didn't send it. I may have even had a DM or two typed and chose to delete them. Do you want to know why? Because like you said, and none of my stuff was argumentative. It was just, sometimes I feel the need to say things, to rant, and like I just prevented myself from doing it. You want to know why? Want to know why? Want to know why? Because life's too short, baby. All this is supposed to be fun anyway. We're all supposed to be enjoying this. It's just silly pro wrestling. How's about that? Kids, that's it for me. That's the show. Thank you for watching us live. Thank you for listening after the fact. Thank you for subscribing to Tom Clark's Main Event. Please do not forget Tom Clark's 6M podcast, movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. And also don't forget Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast. Brand new episodes of Two Nations drop on Saturdays. That means episode 9 of season 1 is coming tomorrow. Brand new episodes of the 6M podcast drop on Tuesdays. That means a brand new episode of 6M podcast drops next Tuesday, and I'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. We review Beverly Hills Cop Part 1. You're going to love that show, I promise you. And brand new editions of Tom Clark's Main Event drop when? When you ask? Fridays, of course, live here on the Facebook and released in audio form after the fact. That's what I got for you, kids. I appreciate your time. Check the replays of the big shows that just went down if you didn't get a chance to watch them. Check out any wrestling maybe coming your way this week. Watch the stuff on TV. Watch you some New Japan on streaming. Watch you some IWTV. Get your hands on whatever wrestling you could possibly digest. Anything you have time for and can afford. Go to YouTube if that's all you got. Watch yourself some wrestling. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you very much. We will see you next time. Thanks, kids, for tuning in as always. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next time, kids.